Welcome back. I gotta put this in the ether, right? There are more followers and leaders these days. There are more simps than alphas, right? That's what I'm talking about. This kind of society we're living in right now, right? There are more people who's willing or afraid to say what they mean and mean what they say. They're weak. They're afraid. They're more of a follower, an order taker, right, than it is for them to lead themselves. There's more wolf pack than there are lone wolves, right? Followers, right? Wolf packs are followers. Lone wolves are leaders, right? And that's what I'm trying to say. There are more men followers than there are men leaders out there, and that's had to change. Guys have to take charge of their life. They need to take lead in their life, right? Most guys out there are simps. That's why we have all this problem right now. Simps rule the world right now, right? Whether you're Democrat or Republican, liberals, conservative, they're still simp. They're the ones that making up these laws that don't favor men, that they think is equal when in actuality it totally defeats the purpose of egalitarian, right? They're the one that's being voted in these positions, right? There are more simps out there. There's no leaders no more, right? There are leaders, but there's very few, right? Guys who don't care being in a relationship, they're leading their life right now. Guys who's focusing on themselves, they're leaders. Guys who's stoic, they're leaders. That's what the world don't want. That's what the system don't want, right? Why do you think in social media they based on this term of how many followers you get? Right? On Twitter, how many followers you get? On Facebook, how many followers? But yet again, they're not producing leaders. Right? This is what I want to do. I want to produce leaders on my channel. Men need to lead themselves. I want you to make your own channel. Right? Channels, whatever you want. A diary, video diary, say what you mean on your minds. Get your thought and expression out. Get it out there so people can hear you. Right? But now there are more followers than leaders. Right? Not to denigrate you guys. If you want to subscribe, that's fine. You guys are subscribers. But I'm just saying in a general sense, there need to be more leaders in life. Right? Lead yourself in life. Stop letting other people lead you. Right? Stop being a follower. That's what alpha is. That's what the essence of an alpha is, a guy who can lead his life. But no, we have a lot of followers out there. We have guys out there, mainly simps, who follow women. Right? Many simps who enable women to do his bad behavior, who contribute, fund women to do OnlyFans and camming online. These are the guys that funding these things. Right? These are the simps, and they're the reason why we're going through this hardship in life right now. We have simps in the financial markets, simps in the judicial system, simps in the politics, right? Simps in media, right? Promote all this simpery right now. Right? This is why, and they try to promote a culture of simps right now. Have you seen that? You notice that? It's a culture of simp. Not only that, yeah, you could be a big jacked up guy, right? Muscular guy, but if your mind's not right, you can still be a simp. It's all about mentality. Mentality is not about, alpha is not about being strength. It's not being how many jumping jacks you can do, what kind of physical strength you have. Alpha is a mindset. Alright? You're not supposed to be mentally weak. You have to be emotionally strong. Know how to handle that. Because look, you can be a jacked up person, a muscular person on steroid, but if your mind's not right, you're not good. You're at a disadvantage. You have to be in the right mindset, and you gotta be in peak performance, peak shape as well. Right? It's all about mindset and mentality. But no, we have guys who are jacked up, right? And they can still be a simp. We have men out there who are jacked up, but are they leaders? Right? We still have guys who's muscular, but does that mean they're leaders? No, they still take orders. They're still blue pill. Right? It's all about mindset. Right? And that's what I mean. There's a lot of weak people out there. There's a lot of beta male simp out there. No matter what's their physical form, shape, financial status, they are still basic. You could be rich and you still be beta as well. Because they don't have the right mindset. Right? It's all about mindset. Right? And if your mind is compromised, that's it. you must not have a compromised mind. Right? Once your mind is compromised, that's it. There it goes. Society's in the toilet. We're done. Unfortunately, a lot of guys' minds is compromised. They're being bred up all this simpery, right? They're being told that they're different genders. There's so many genders out there. It's nothing but an army of simps out there, right? And the feminists are using these simps as their foot soldiers. When you look at it, these simps out there are foot soldiers for this feminist movement. They're foot soldiers. They're doing all the dirty work for them. They're the one who's creating all these policies that don't favor men at all, right? And that's what's going on right now. There's a and these simps out there, they're just followers. What are foot soldiers? Foot soldiers are followers. What are these Antifa? These Antifa guys, they're just followers, right? There's no leaders. When there's no leaders, when there's nothing but followers and no leaders, that means there's havoc, it's chaos, it's anarchy. Because there's no orders. They have to have a leader. There must be a leader in order to have orders. If there's no leader, there's no order. That's what it is. So men have to take charge. You have to be leading. Stop being a follower. Lead your life. And you have to lead a woman. Because if a woman is not being led, she'll be lost. And guys are naturally born to be leaders. Right? Why do you think a lot of women are feminists? Because these feminists out there, they're lost. They're on the wrong path. They're in the wrong directions. They have no directions. They have no guidance. That's why they're lost. Because there are so many followers and not enough leaders. There's so many weak men than there are strong men out there. Right? And that's what we're in the society right now. We're conditioned to be followers and not leaders. It's subliminally and programmed in our mind. Oh, how many followers I get? How many followers I get? I'm going to follow you. Here, I'm on social media. All that stuff, right? It's been conditioned in our mind to be followers. To be sheeps. Guys need to wake up. Stop being a follower. Be a leader. Right? It's all about mindset. And they're doing that. They're doing all this. The thing that's happening because they've been manipulating the mind. They're indoctrinating the mind. If you get through the mind, you get through them all. Because the mind controls the body. The mind controls the physicality of the body. Right? The minds, if they're in the right mindset, they'll control the body in the right way. But if they're on the wrong mindset, they'll control the body in the wrong way by creating chaos and destructions. A compromise. This is how subversion works. They subverted the mind to tell them that they're weak, to tell them they're followers. Once the mind is subverted, that's no going back. Once your mind is compromised, there's no going back. It's MK Ultra out. Right? Like a crazy person. A crazy person is a dysfunction mind. Right? People who have mental illness is a dysfunction mind. That's why there's no cure for a dysfunction mind. If a mind is a dysfunction, if there's a dysfunction, there's no cure for it. Why do you think there's no cure for mental illness? Because there's no way of saving it. The mind is gone. Once the mind is gone, that's it. Look at MK. I hate to go to the conspiracy route, right? Look at MK Ultra's subject, right? A person who's accepted to be an MK Ultra patsy, right? Their mind is, in order to get them to do the thing they want, they had to fracture the mind first. Look at the movie Clockwork Orange. This guy was a defiant guy, right? This guy, I forgot his name, right? If you watch Clockwork Orange, the Stanley Kubrick movie, this guy was a nuisance to society. And what do? What do they do? What the government do? They trap him and brainwash him. They fractured his mind. Once his mind is fractured, right? Then they can control him. But when your mind is fractured, there's no way of putting it back together, right? It's like an egg. It's like Humpty Dumpty. When you drop an egg down, when it cracks, you cannot put it back together. That's how a mind works, right? When a mind is fractured, there's no way to put it back. When you're mentally ill, there's no way of coming back to your senses. Your mind is fractured, like a fractured leg, like a fractured athlete that break his leg. When he breaks his leg, and for them to perform, they're not can perform at 100% level because they're already injured. They're previously injured. Or surgery, right? When you get a surgery done, right? You fix it a little bit, but you're not 100% to your former shape. That's what it's like having a fractured mind. Once your mind is fractured, there's no going back. Right? Once you're being indoctrinated in all these ideology, you're more prone to stick with the thing that you learn. right? That's why these simps are out there. They're not understanding what is done right now. They're not understanding that the thing they're doing is totally contradicting to their own benefits, right? These simp right now, right? In order to save them, they have to fall on their faces. That's it. How like the book 1984, right? 1984, Winston. The only way he learned is that they had to beat the crap out of him, right? It's a brutal book to read, but the only way he learned, there's no way of turning back, right? Like you being subverted, right? The only way for people to learn, the only way for these Democrats to learn, they have to suffer. That's the only way for them to learn. They have to suffer first, right? So these simps, they're not going to learn until they suffer. And usually these simps, when they get red pill, right? When they get red pill, that's when they learn. When they get divorced, that's when they learn how the world is not in their favor, right? These people have to suffer first for them to learn. But back to what I was saying, right? The world is full of nothing but simps, right? The world is nothing but simps. And I hate to say it, but there's no way of saving simps. And these problems right now that we're experiencing right now are created by simps. There need to be more leaders, right? Simps are not leaders. Simps are followers. They follow orders. They're order followers. They follow their wives. They let the wife take orders. They let the wife wear the pants in the relationship, right? And if you wear that kind of relationship, if you're in that kind of relationship, you should not be in that relationship. It's not conducive to you. And that's what we're in right now. That's what a lot of men out there. Men are naturally born leaders. They need to get out of the simp mindset. Unfortunately, the only way for them to get out of the simp mindset is for them to suffer. Right? You can't save a simp. Simp have to save themselves. Right? But on that note, guys, let me know you agree. Do you agree that the world is run by simps? Right? You think there are more followers than leaders? Let me know your answer in the comment below. On that note, guys, thanks for listening. And as always, like, share, subscribe. Peace and blessings.